There's been a lot of talk in the last couple of days about blue cards and the possibility of IFAB trining sin binning. There was due to be some kind of announcement yesterday. That's now been delayed to, I think, the 2nd of March in Glasgow. But if you were still a referee now, and there's talk of potentially blue cards and sin bins being brought in, as a referee, would your heart be leaping for joy or sinking?
Probably sinking. I think that obviously the meeting in March, as you mentioned, with IFAB, where they're going to bring it in as a maybe try it in the FA Cup or something next year. But for me, I just think they're making too much of it now. They're messing around with the game too much, and to me, red and yellow cards is fine. We know what they're for. Why do we need to bring the blue card in? I just think it's just an absolutely pointless object. It's just pointless.
Do you fear though that it's only a matter of time?
I think if IFAB want it in, they're going to get it in. But again,
if IFAB got too much power,
probably. But I think that obviously they're the lawmakers, and they want if they want to bring something in, they can. I would think, though, even in the Premier League, that it's not going to be law throughout every single country. If the Premier League do not want it in, and the clubs vote against it, and judging by the feedback this week, I haven't heard one manager say, "Yeah, great idea," or one player, "Really great idea." For me, yellow cards and red cards are fine. And if there's cynical tackles and they should be sin bin, they should just be yellow card. It's as simple as that. So why need to bring a blue card in? For me, it's just making a mockery of the game. It's just going backwards all the time for me. It's not helping the game, is it? It's going to slow the game down more. And obviously, Paul had a good view of it in September, October. That really good game, 11 against 11. Person gets put in the sin bin. All they're going to do then is defend for 10 minutes, play one striker up front, as if a player gets sent off in a normal game. When the guy comes back on, just go back to normal. I just think it's just going to kill it.
But from a dissent, before we get Merce on this, from a dissent point of view, could it be a good move?
It could be, but that's what the yellow cards are there for now. We've seen this year with players giving dissent, managers giving dissent to all officials, they're getting yellow cards. So just stick with the yellow and red cards. Why do you need to bring a blue card in because IFAB want it in? I'll guarantee you now, if you ask all the countries in the world, is it a good idea? I'd be surprised if you had 20% would say it's a great idea. I just think it's just backward movement for me.
And the thing is, Merce, there's been a lot of talk this week about VAR and the kind of fans' enjoyment of the fact that at the moment, they're not party to the decision-making process within the stadiums. When we're looking at the entertainment side of football, the fans' enjoyment of what they're seeing, I personally can't see how this in any way, shape or form is going to enhance it.
No, it won't. And, wait, I've got to pull myself together.
Come on, you can do this, Merce.
I can't believe I agree with Mike here. He's been
there it is. That's the first time this season.
Yeah, Mike's spot on what he said. Mike's been a referee. I've been a player. He's been a referee, and we both the same. And you've got to think of the fans. This is an entertainment. The Premier League have the best product in the world, in my opinion. The best product. They have the best game. Everybody wants to watch the Premier League. Be careful what you wish for, and you start swapping. Many years ago when I was growing up, everybody wanted to watch Italian football. We put on Channel 4, everybody wanted to watch it. This has blown Italian and Spanish football away now, the Premier League. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it by slowing the game down and making rules that, have got no clue, if I'm being honest. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but they haven't. There's no need for this. VAR's, 96% they've got right. Yeah. Wait till they get to 100% and then we'll move on. And then we'll try and do something else. But at the moment, no need. Absolutely no need. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was April Fool's. I thought it was back in the old days. I thought I'd missed days.
No, we're definitely in February, I can confirm.
Yeah.
Clinton, one of the criticisms of VAR is the length of time it takes to make the decisions and the stopping of the game. This is just going to make it a whole lot worse, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, we have to talk about it, but it's something that shouldn't be talked about because I don't think it should be in our game. Listen, there's been lots of rule changes. We're just getting used to VAR. Mercer's right. Wait till VAR sorted before you try and implicate another rule. For me, it don't work. You know what makes me laugh? If you're going to sin bin someone and the blue cards come out and you sin bin them for 10 minutes, what do they do? Say there's still another 20 minutes to do. What do? They have to warm up again.
Well, what they do in rugby, you often see is you see them on an exercise bike.
So you have to be on the exercise. That's different compared to
Stop and start.
I'm tired of the comparison all the time that rugby's got it so it's brilliant, but it's a totally different game.
It's totally different game to football.
Sport.
Yeah, it's not different. Yeah, totally different. It's not going to work. Simple as that. I'll shut that down now. If they want to have a meeting with me, I'll tell them it's not going to work. No one wants it.
They won't be having a meeting with you, Clint, but I think they will have a meeting with the managers and listening to them all yesterday in the press conference, there wasn't one who were in favour of it. I don't see it happening. It's impossible.
think-
I mean, for a referee, it must be an absolute
Do you
nightmare.
think
for a
they'll
referee.
listen to the manager? Do you think they really care about
Well,
that?
I think
I
that
certainly hope so, because otherwise it's going to make a mockery of us. You've just said everything about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
No, I
as
know,
if the
but-
refs haven't got a hard enough job as it is.
Yeah.
And now, is it a yellow card? Is it a blue card? Is it a red card? Come on, let's be serious.
Yeah, there's so many like unanswered questions, isn't there? Pochettino said a really good point yesterday. What happens if it's a goalkeeper? Like, what do you do then? And I think we need to get the consistency of the yellow and red cards and the consistency of handball, for example, a foul. You know, those sort of things have to be right first before we implement then another card, because we're you know, talking about this so much.
I mean, I think if
if
IFAB bring in the laws in June and it gets voted in and they say, yes, it's in the laws, then we have to have it. But I think if it's an option for each country to where they want to obviously trial it first, which I think they may well do next year in the FA Cup, which is what we read in the media, I just can't see the Premier League. I just can't see it. Red and yellow cards we've got now, they should just leave it as it is. Someone makes a cynical foul, you yellow card. If he does another one, you send him off. Simple as.
Yeah.
I can pretty much guarantee that when they meet in Glasgow in early March, we will be talking about this again.
I might go
We will.
myself, actually.
Please do.
Me and
Report
Paul will
back.
go.
Yeah, we'll go. Me and Mike. We'll have a road trip.
We'll have a week up there.
Put it on your
road
Insta.
trip.
Yeah.
Put it on your Insta. Nice little, another little
We'll
train
go Spain
story.
first.
Yeah, of course.